like and share the video. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribe to the platform. All right, BOLO V&R clips. This channel is an offset of BOLO V&R and BOLO V&R 2.0. So this is my third channel pretty much. All right. So let me just drop the instructions right here. Like, please like, share, subscribe, and donate. To Cash App.
Your enemies recruit to destroy you. You keep telling me I ain't nothing. If I'm not nothing, fight me by yourself. But the fact that you had to call my ex and my next and everybody else to fight me shows me that you thought I was something I did. Do you know your enemies will tell you who you are? The problem with most of us is we think that our lives is an amalgamation of our friends. Let me tell you something. Your friends will never help you get to destiny. You don't get to destiny by friends. You get to destiny by enemies. Peter had never gotten Jesus any closer to the cross. It was Judas. You know you powerful when your enemies recruit to destroy you.
Deb, how are you?
You keep telling me I ain't nothing. If I'm not nothing, fight me by yourself. But the fact that you had to call my ex, my next, and everybody else to fight me shows me that you thought I was something I did. Do you know your enemies will tell you who you are? The problem with most of us is we think that our lives is an amalgamation of our friends. Let me tell you something. Your friends will never help you get to destiny. You don't get to destiny by friends. You get to destiny by enemies. Peter had never gotten Jesus any closer to the cross. It was Judas. You know you powerful when your enemies recruit.
That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. How are you? How are you? Wow, Dr. Dawes was absolutely right, ladies and gentlemen. It's already started. Welcome those on BOLO V&R 2.0. Yeah, Dr. Dawes was absolutely right. It's already started. The gap that the Cuban doctors have left in the healthcare system, we're already feeling it. It's amazing. Not even 1 week after the decision of the Jamaica Labour Party to cut ties with the Cuban with their contract. Already we're feeling it. Let me go back to what Dr. Alfred Dawes said in this interview, and then I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. Wow. We're already feeling it, trust me. Happened early this morning. I woke up to messages. I was like, what? I'm like, wait a minute. Ain't no way. Alright, but yeah, wait. Listen to this. Should I go on TikTok? Man, I don't like TikTok no more, man.
Welcome back. We're continuing the news.
I don't like TikTok no
more. Reconfigure the medical relations with Cuba or else. The ultimatum given by Washington to the Jamaican government surrounding the almost 50-year medical cooperation between Jamaica and Cuba. As Jamila Maitland explains, there is expected to be a wave of ripple effects following the discontinuation of the program.
Listen.
Opposition spokesman on health, Dr. Alfred Dawes, said the decision to end the medical program between Jamaica and Cuba, that the deployment of hundreds of Cuban healthcare workers, will undoubtedly have a far-reaching impact in the public health sector.
Majority of Jamaicans benefit from this program, and persons are going to go blind. We just can't ramp up the number of surgeries that they're doing, and it is going to cause a serious deficit.
The Ministry of Health says there are close to 300 Cuban healthcare workers in Jamaica. They are each being offered individual contracts. But Dr. Dawes doesn't believe there will be a high take-up.
This concept of individual contracts is not going to fill the gap because the collaborators know that there are consequences to abandoning their country.
I'm not going to speculate as to what the response will be from the Cubans who are here as to whether or not they'll take up this offer. But we have to be prepared. So there is a contingency plan that is being put in place, led by the Office of the Chief Medical Officer, to look at where they are, the critical services, and what the gaps that theoretically could be created.
Jamaica and Cuba have had these relations since 1976. The agreement reportedly expired in 2023 and has not been renewed since. Still, the Cubans were allowed to come and work.
I want you to listen to the difference. Pat W, you're doing long time don't see. Karen, big up yourself. Dana, big up yourself. I want you to listen to the difference between who is running the health sector and who is not running the health sector. Dr. Alfred Dawes actually know more, or is telling us the truth, while Christopher Tufton chooses to not tell us the cold truth about how this is going to affect us. But Dr. Dawes is right. It's already happening. I'm going to play that part again when he talked about not being able to ramp up the amount of surgeries. Just listen. Listen. When I tell you the man is right, man. Listen.
Between Jamaica and Cuba, that includes the deployment of hundreds of Cuban healthcare workers, will undoubtedly have a far-reaching impact in the public health sector.
Majority of Jamaicans benefit from this program, and persons are going to go blind. We just can't ramp up the number of surgeries that they're doing, and it is going to cause a serious deficit.
The Ministry of Health says there are close to 300 Cuban healthcare workers in Jamaica. They are each being offered individual contracts. But Dr. Dawes doesn't believe there will be a high take-up.
This concept of individual contracts is not going to fill the gap because the collaborators know that there are consequences to abandoning their country.
I'm not going to speculate as to what the response will be from the Cubans who are here as to whether or not they'll take up this offer. But we have to be prepared. So there is a contingency plan that is being put in place, led by the Office of the Chief Medical Officer, to look at where they are, the critical services, and what the gaps that theoretically could be created.
Jamaica and Cuba have had these relations since 1976. The agreement reportedly expired in 2023 and has not been renewed since. Still, the Cubans were allowed to come and work. TVJ News understands that the United States government is concerned about payment arrangements under the contractual obligations. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton explains what currently obtains.
The part salary goes to the Cuban government, part salary goes to the worker here.
The U.S. government has described it as forced labor or modern-day slavery. Dr. Alfred Dawes describes it as unfortunate.
So I'm very worried for the country. It's unfortunate that we are victims of great power rivalry because that's exactly what it is. And it's unfortunate that we're trading
what is up ahead is that the Lord says
for diplomatic goodwill.
TVJ News has been reliably informed that some members of cabinet were being targeted with sanctions by Washington. A 2025 report by Free Society Project, also called the Cuba Archive, an NGO in Washington, D.C., recommended that the U.S. government sanction the Cuban and Jamaican officials under the anti-trafficking law. The report cited Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness and Dr. Christopher Tufton as defending the program. Dr. Tufton would not go into details, only saying that the international labor law concerns are valid.
When you look at the agreement, the historical agreement, and look at how they juxtapose against the laws of the country, there are obvious issues that needed to be regularized.
You hear what he said? There were obvious issues that needed. So how they never regularize them 10 years now? You guys are in power. The PMP never see it. As a matter of fact, JLP was in power for what, 4 years. Them never see it neither. So it is obvious, but nobody never see it. I call BS. I call BS. This is the pressure of the United States knocking the Jamaica Labour Party. And some of them compromise, so, you know, people don't want to lose their visa and don't want to get in prison. They don't want to go. Yeah, man, so they have to bow. They have to bow. That's exactly, and the Cubans, them call them out in our article. So they have succumbed to the pressures of the Americans. No, I get to Pat W. I get to.
The health minister says the government has been actively recruiting healthcare workers from other territories to fill the gaps.
We're hoping to sign agreements with Ghana, with Nigeria, Philippines, India.
As for what will happen in the coming days,
the uncertainty of the process hopefully will be short-lived, because this is just news coming out.
Yeah, that phone does that sometimes. You remember the article that came out in the Observer about the Israeli doctors? Excuse me. Who remember that article? But I digress. I'm going to go to the article. Something is happening here, ladies and gentlemen. There appears to be some type of transference. We call it transference. But listen to this from the apostle. The screw is being tightened.
Among the peoples who will, frightening things about what is up ahead is that the Lord says, among the peoples who will suffer, and when we say people, meaning categories, will be the oligarchs, those so-called wealthy people. He will be targeting them with precision. He's going to mash them down. They're going to suffer big time. So with all of that which is in the pipeline, plus a number of different aspects of the judgment that is, a screw is being tightened, right? It's being driven in, so to speak. So we are getting closer and closer and closer. And this is also the year of the screw. Many people don't know that, right? The year of the nail. Vav means nail, it means screw, it means hook. Everybody tell you it means so much. So when you hear us using these terminologies, we are not picking things up and just talking for the sake of talking. The screw is being driven in. We also, on top of that, have to brace ourselves for external intervention. I'm saying it that way because we obviously don't necessarily want to cause any wide-scale panic or any panic whatsoever. But prophetically, we are seeing external intervention, and it will come in different ways. I could say more, but I'm not. So these are things that we are praying through. Remember, not everything that is revealed we can share on air, but also external intervention. Remember also the prophetic word, ruffling of feathers, plucking out of feathers, clipping of wings. That's going to also, that is playing itself out and it's going to manifest. Matters having to do with visa and all sorts of stuff. Hey. So we ain't seen anything yet. Let me take it further. Do you see what Lady Diana is to come on shortly? She'll be giving us the roundup in terms of US and other international things. And then when she's finished, I'll be more pointed. But let me just mention this. Do you see what is happening to oil prices?
Hey.
Do you see what is happening to international stock markets? So all those who have been talking about, with this, the economy is this and what, and we have been saying to persons, this island, not just the island of Jamaica, the world is under judgment, yes, but we are focusing particularly on Jamaica because the fact of the matter is, Jamaica should have been one of the most prosperous of places on earth if leaders, those who have been given the responsibility to have been leading the nation, if we were leading in righteousness, Jamaica by this point, our 60-odd birthday, right? We're approaching our 64th birthday soon, in a few months from now. This island of Jamaica should have been one of the safest and most prosperous of the nations in the Caribbean, the islands in the Caribbean, and certainly in the world. But alas, political administration after political administration, we have leaders who have turned away from God. And with turning away from God, look at the result. Corruption, taking over the nation like a cancer, and all the other maladies and vices. So the time has come when the Lord is saying enough is enough, because 2027 is pivotal for Jamaica. So there are certain things that must happen this 2026. And remember, it was on the 6th day that creation ended. The cycle of creation ended. It was on the 6th day that man was created by God. Many people don't realize. So that is why 6 means a cycle, end of cycle. It also speaks to the human cycle. It also speaks to imperfections. Yeah? It also speaks to connection. It is also the number of man. That's why the Antichrist has latched onto it. Satan has latched onto it. And remember, we're going to be doing a teaching on it. Because 666 is Vav, Vav, Vav. That's what it is. What does that mean? We look at it. So we're at a crucial place and a crucial point. So if we think things are going to be pretty, the only way things will settle and be better as we go deeper into the year is if the nation repents. But if we don't repent, it's going to become increasingly worse. The screws are being tightened, friends. But the remnant does not have to worry. Remember, we continue the 40 days fast. We are now at day 20, the 4th week. Remember, the cycle is now 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And this goes right through to Sunday. Remember, the prophetic word that was given from in the first week, which was the shortest of the weeks, 5 days, was that there are persons who are going to be convicted along the way to join the fast. Do not say, oh, because I didn't start the fast, I can't join it. No, the Lord says, and he used the parable in Matthew 20 as a reference point, Luke 16 as well, in terms of the teachings there. To help persons to understand, because God knows everything. He knows that based on some of the things that are happening and will happen, there are persons who are going to say, boy, I wish I had joined, and so on. Lord says, even the penultimate day, if you join it with your heart being at the right place, you will also benefit from the experience. The frightening things about what is up ahead is that the Lord says, among the peoples who will suffer, and when we say people, meaning categories, will be the oligarchs, those so-called wealthy people. He will be targeting them with precision. He's going to mash them down. They're going to suffer big time. So with all of that which is in the pipeline, plus a number of different aspects of the judgment that is, a screw is being tightened, right? It's being driven in, so to speak. So we are getting closer and closer and closer. And this is also the year of the screw. Many people don't know that, right? The year of the nail. Vav means nail. It means screw. It means hook. Everybody tell you it means so much. So when you hear us using these terminologies, we are not picking things up and just talking for the sake of talking. The screw is being driven in. We also, on top of that, have to brace ourselves for external intervention. I'm saying it that way because we obviously don't necessarily want to cause any wide-scale panic or any panic whatsoever. But prophetically, we are seeing external intervention, and it will come in different ways. I could say more, but I'm not. So these are things that we are praying through. Remember, not everything that is revealed we can share on air, but also external intervention. Remember also the prophetic word, ruffling of feathers, plucking out of feathers, clipping of wings. That's going to also, that is playing itself out, and it's going to manifest matters having to do with visa and all sorts of stuff. So we ain't seen anything yet. Let me take it further. Do you see what Lady Diana is to come on shortly? She'll be giving us the roundup in terms of US and other international things, and then when she's finished, I'll be more pointed. But let me just mention this. Do you see what is happening to oil prices? Do you see what is happening to international stock markets? So all those who have been talking about, with this, the economy is this and what, and we have been saying to persons, this island, not just the island of Jamaica, the world is under judgment, yes, but we are focusing particularly on Jamaica, because the fact of the matter is, Jamaica should have been one of the most prosperous of places on earth if leaders, those who have been given the responsibility to have been leading the nation, if we were leading in righteousness, Jamaica by this point, our 60-odd birthday, right? We're approaching our 64th birthday soon, in a few months from now. This island of Jamaica should have been one of the safest and most prosperous of the nations in the Caribbean, the islands in the Caribbean, and certainly in the world. But alas, political administration after political administration, we have leaders who have turned away from God. And with turning away from God, look at the result. Corruption, taking over the nation like a cancer. And all the other maladies and vices. So the time has come when the Lord is saying enough is enough, because 2027 is pivotal for Jamaica. So there are certain things that must happen this 2026. And remember, it was on the 6th day that creation ended. The cycle of creation ended. It was on the 6th day that man was created by God. Many people don't realize. So that is why 6 means a cycle, end of cycle. It also speaks to the human cycle. It also speaks to imperfections. Yeah? It also speaks to connection. It is also the number of man. That's why the Antichrist has latched onto it. Satan has latched onto it. And remember, we're going to be doing a teaching on it. Because 666 is Vav, Vav, Vav. That's what it is. What does that mean? We look at it. So we're at a crucial place and a crucial point. So if we think things are going to be pretty, the only way things will settle and be better as we go deeper into the year is if the nation repents. But if we don't repent, it's going to become increasingly worse. The screws are being tightened, friends, but the remnant does not have to worry. Remember, we continue the 40 days fast. We are now at day 20, the 4th week. Remember, the cycle is now 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And this goes right through to Sunday. Remember, the prophetic word that was given from in the 1st week, which was the shortest of the weeks, 5 days, was that there are persons who are going to be convicted along the way to join the fast. Do not say, oh, because I didn't start the fast, I can't join it. No, the Lord says, and he used the parable in Matthew 20 as a reference point, Luke 16 as well, in terms of the teachings there. To help persons to understand, because God knows everything. He knows that based on some of the things that are happening and will happen, there are persons who are going to say, boy, I wish I had joined and so on. Lord says, even the penultimate day, if you join it with your heart being at the right place, you will also benefit from the experience. The frightening things about what is up ahead is that the Lord says, among the peoples who will suffer, and when we say people, meaning categories, will be the oligarchs, those so-called wealthy people. He will be targeting them with precision. He's going to mash them down. They're going to suffer big time.
Wow. None shall escape, ladies and gentlemen. Not even the wealthy that think them live up on the hills, and you know, if something was to happen, you know, them have the big stone wall as them gate and all these things. If we're not right with God, you know. Yeah, that is gonna be the only thing that will decide your fate. Man said they will be targeted with precision. So all the people them were involved in things and them human trafficking and them this and them that and all them something there. Yeah man, everybody when I get visited, you know, when I get targeted with precision. When I say talk already, look on the Epstein file. If the people in Jamaica that are involved in certain type of nefarious things believe that these big people, where they're up there in the world, even in the WHO and all of these places, even in the UN, I get taken down. If you believe, say, you look at soft soap in Jamaica, now go get targeted because you don't have money and wealth. You make a sad mistake. Now, for you might not watch me right now, but the people who don't can tell you something did say so. You hear the apostle? Well, that's not even my word. That is the word of God, does say the Lord. And we've been praying for it. We've been praying for it because, as the man said, the corruption in Jamaica is a cancer that is eroding the country. And the corruption has grown under the Jamaica Labour Party like a monster. So time come. Marky G, you never tell a lie. Time come. Anyway, let's go to the main reason why I'm here, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Alfred Dawes was right. Welcome everybody. Please hit the like button, share the live. Alright. Subscribe if you haven't already, and join the family. And if you want to join the VIP on BOLO V&R 2.0, you are more than welcome to become a member of the platform. If you see the option at the bottom of the screen, or if you're on your computer, you would see it on the side where the comment section is. You'll see a money sign, money symbol. You can become a member. You can buy other people memberships. You can also send gifts, and you can super chat. You can donate to the Cash App, talking to the TikTokers as well. And the TikTokers, if you don't want to send gift, you don't know it. But I'm sure they give them I really want right now. Is the donut to get some achievement. Because you know, there's some. Juliet, how you doing? Baker in the building from Bronx. Bronx in the building. Shout out to New York. Shout out to New York. Juliet, consider becoming a member of the platform here. Yeah man, explore that. Right? And the super chat is available and all that good stuff. Now, in recent times, you know, Dr. Alfred Dawes warned us about removing the Cubans. Let's go to that first, then I'm going to go to the article from last year that talked about the Israeli doctors.
Welcome back. We're continuing the news. Reconfigure the medical relations with Cuba.
Oh, you don't know how to do that? You have to make your son or somebody where savvy show you how to do it. But like I said, if you're on your phone There, right down at the bottom of the screen right here, so under the chat, you will see a money sign. Well, Pat, that means you know you don't have the option then. If you don't see the money sign, that means you don't have the option. Yeah, man, the money sign is there, man. If you don't see it, that means wherever you are, Pat, I don't know if you're in Jamaica, I don't know where you are, but it's not giving you the option. But the money sign is there, I can show you.
Or else. The ultimatum given by Washington to the Jamaican government surrounding the almost 50-year medical cooperation between Jamaica and Cuba. As Jamila Maitland explains, there is expected to be a wave of ripple effects following the discontinuation of the program.
Opposition spokesman on health, Dr. Alfred Dawes, said the decision to end the medical program between Jamaica and Cuba, that includes the deployment of hundreds of Cuban healthcare workers.
Oh, you see, I wasn't noticing it. Oh, you see it then. All right, wonderful, because I was just about to show you.
Will undoubtedly have a far-reaching impact in the public health sector.
Majority of Jamaicans benefit from this program, and persons are going to go blind.
Yeah.
We just can't ramp up
Persons are going to go blind.
the number of surgeries that they're doing, and it is going to cause a serious deficit.
So you have persons that have been waiting. Yeah, man, ask your daughter. They have persons that have been waiting for eye surgery for a year. It's in high demand, and the Cubans them offer it for free. I don't think y'all heard me though. Either they offer it for free or it's extremely affordable. One out of the two. They have helped to improve people's eyesight, ladies and gentlemen. Improve or bring it back. The Cubans are super important to our healthcare system. And I'm telling you, we have started to feel the pinch already.
The Ministry of Health says there are close to 300 Cuban healthcare workers in Jamaica. They are each being offered individual contracts. But Dr. Dawes doesn't believe there will be a high take-up.
This concept of individual contracts is not going to fill the gap, because the collaborators know that there are consequences to abandoning their country.
I'm not going to speculate as to what the response will be from the Cubans who are here as to whether or not they'll take up this offer. But we have to be prepared. So there is a contingency plan that is being put in place, led by the office of the Chief Medical Officer.
Yo, I'm telling you, the Jamaican government under Andrew Wannisley, they are some snakes, bro. They are legit snakes. Look how Cuba treated us well. Russell, how you doing? And these people trying to take away the Cuban doctors from the brigade. Yeah, man, we're not going to work with your boss. Just sign a contract with us. That's some snake stuff, bro. Fidel, big up yourself. Thanks for the likes, guys. Thank you. Keep the likes going and share, all right? Thank you.
To look at where they are, the critical services, and what the gaps that theoretically could be created.
Jamaica and Cuba have had these relations since 1976. The agreement reportedly expired in 2023 and has not been renewed since. Still, the Cubans were allowed to come and work. TVJ News understands that the United States government is concerned about payment arrangements under the contractual obligations. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton explains what currently obtains.
The part salary goes to the Cuban government, part salary goes to the worker here.
The U.S. government has described it as forced labor or modern-day slavery. Dr. Alfred Dawes describes it as unfortunate.
So I'm very worried for the country. It's unfortunate that we are victims of great power rivalry, because that's exactly what it is. And it's unfortunate that we're trading the healthcare of our Jamaicans for diplomatic goodwill.
TVJ News has been reliably informed that some members of cabinet were being targeted with sanctions by Washington. A 2025 report by Free Society Project, also called the Cuba Archive, an NGO in Washington, D.C., recommended that the U.S. government sanction the Cuban and Jamaican officials under the anti-trafficking law. The report cited Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness and Dr. Christopher Tufton as defending the program. Dr. Tufton would not go into details, only saying that the international labor law concerns are valid.
When you look at the agreement, the historical agreement, and look at how they juxtapose against the laws of the country, there are obvious issues that needed to be regularized.
The health minister says the government has been actively recruiting healthcare workers from other territories to fill the gaps.
We're hoping to sign agreements with Ghana, with Nigeria, Philippines, India.
As for what will happen in the coming days,
the uncertainty of the process hopefully will be short-lived, because this is just news coming out or going out. So hopefully, depending on feedback over the next couple of days or week, those fears may be alleviated. Otherwise, we have to regroup and find a way.
Jamila Maitland, TVJ News.
Jamaica, we have to regroup and find a way. Now, this is my contention. I believe that Israel is a main player in this thing. Then, on November 6, 2025, Israeli medical team arrived Thursday for post-hurricane humanitarian mission. Alright? Listen to this, Jamaica. They are part of this then strategy. Not the full, but they are part of it. Listen to this. Why not read aloud? Anyway, a 40-member medical delegation from Israel is scheduled to arrive in Jamaica on Thursday to assist in humanitarian relief efforts in response to Hurricane Melissa's devastating impact on a section of the island. The initiative, jointly coordinated by Israel, Minister of Health and Minister of Foreign Affairs, was organized at the invitation of Jamaica's Ministry of Health and Wellness. The mission aims to complement Jamaica's national response by providing specialized medical experts and technical assistance in affected areas. The delegation is led by Dr. Joseph Mendlovic, Deputy Director General of Israel Ministry of Health, and Professor Ofer Marin, who is internationally recognized for his expertise in disaster medicine and humanitarian field operations. Israel Ambassador to Jamaica, Razlan Abu Rokun, told Observer online Thursday morning. Tomorrow morning they will split into two groups and go to hospitals in affected areas, Ambassador added. He said the team comprises of doctors, nurses, and paramedical professionals from various fields, including emergency medicine, pediatrics, women's health, public health, and other sectors. Ladies and gentlemen, that was last year. All right, so we have to keep an eye on that. Are we going to see more Israel? Ryan, how are you doing, my brother? Are we going to see more Israeli medical practitioners come to Jamaica? Maybe because there's an actual war going on down there, and they might get the hell bomb out of them, according to reports. Some news outlets are trying to downplay how badly it is and how Iran is being effective. But trust me, this thing, based on what I am seeing online, it doesn't appear to be something that Israel and America is winning at this point. It's going to be a long one, ladies and gentlemen. Basically, it's what I said. They opened up an ant's nest. Like biting ants, like bullet ants. Anybody ever go on bullet ants nest and go throw water upon it and try the top of it, and then you see army and ants them a come out. Well, that's what's happening right now. The army of Iran ants them a come out, the bullet ants them. And trust me, when a bullet ants bite you, woo, boy, it is something, ladies and gentlemen. It is something. So, we are past whether USA was right or wrong in doing what they're doing. Anybody can have their opinion about that. What is the reality right now? Well, Israel is feeling it, and America is feeling it, and the world is feeling it. UK is like, yo, we ain't got nothing to do with this. Now this man a drag we in our war. That's how UK are saying. But I'm just telling you that they have their hands full. Cuba have them hands full. We done that for Cuba already. Them talking about them are trying to get some people from India and all about Jamaica. I'm telling you something. Mark my words. Based on what the prophet said, the screws are being tightened. Expect the entire worst. Don't expect no type of less pain. Expect the worst situation to happen. I say first thing that I can do. That's my humble opinion. Based off the prophetic, based off the trend, and what Jamaica is doing, Jamaica government has done, they have put the Jamaican people health into a serious bind. Let me go to what I'm talking about now. See? So, I got some clips. Rotted. Dr. Dawes will be on CVM lead story, 6:30 p.m. You'll be on Beyond the Headlines, 6:10 p.m. See that? Dr. Dawes have run out based off what happened now. Dr. Dawes have run out. You understand? Dr. Dawes have run out. So it says here that there's a growing chaos in public healthcare system this morning, as there is no preparation to fill the void left by the absence of the Cuban doctors. Patients turn up at St. Joseph Hospital Eye Clinic to find staff in the dark about their appointments. Some patients had been waiting for up to 1 year. No numbers are being issued. Staff was only able to say that they expect representatives from the Ministry of Health to come and brief them. So the staff are in the loop, out of the loop, ladies and gentlemen. Here's one of the videos. See? I'm gonna show you up on my phone. Whole heap of people there. I mean, a lot of people was there this morning. Right? A lot of people was there. So the same thing that Dr. Alfred Dawes warned about, it's already manifesting. See that, Jamaica? Look at that. Wanna see that? Wanna see how much people that? I couldn't hear where people are saying.
Yes. So just give us some time, please. I know some of you would have gotten through already.
Winifred.
Yeah. Give us some time, please.
Tiny, what's up? See that? That's the video we got here right there, so. Look for the people there. Whole heap of people sitting on our way.
Time, please. I know some of you would have gotten through already or in process. Yeah. Give us some time.
So, are the eye specialists them, you know? Are the eye specialists them people are waiting for, you know? The eye specialists them, you know? The Cuban eye specialists, you know? So, you know, so this news are reverberate throughout the entire Jamaica this morning. Right? The Cuban doctors, them are already missed, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if I don't know how the Jamaica Labour Party and Tufton is going to get these professionals that was giving this service for free or little or no money. I don't know who I'm going to replace them. Who are they going to get? Who are they going to get to pay for this specific service for eye improvement, eyesight improvement, ladies and gentlemen? This was made accessible and affordable to the poor by the Cubans. Let me tell you something, man. We ain't seen nothing yet. You hear what I'm saying? We ain't seen nothing yet. Let me show you one next clip. Show you one next clip. What am I tell you? You my people, man. Mighty God.
As I said before, hopefully by the end of the day, we'll be able to provide it. So let's have a seat where you can. Where you can.
You hear what the lady said? The lady said, I cannot give you a timeline. The poor people, the Ministry of Health left them in a Miglai ocean without a life jacket. The health professionals, them were there. No directive, according to the reports. None. That are the reality, ladies and gentlemen. That is the reality. Mr.
You see, the nurse, them are who run them and know what to tell the people them say. And this bad. It's really bad. See, them don't know what to tell the people them say. Right? Can the Cuban them go home? So you have some people get up and have their politics with this thing. I know about politics.
It's not about politics.
Yeah, we are starving nation. It's not about politics now. See? We need to stop this shit. Because you have some people them stink around there, you know. All them do, you know, them just come and like them and post. Remember, it's detrimental to people, you know. I know people that are Jamaica because we don't have a health system. Exactly. But tell them straight, stop play politics with people like, we need to get serious about this. So I line up them to show them if they like question these things. People know. See? Just to call them deal with them family. So that to deal with moral, yeah? That have some moral.
More than 150 children under the age of 17 were unalive, while just over 4,000 were sexually assaulted in Jamaica over the 5-year period that ended last year. The National Coordinator for Child Month Activists has disclosed. Wow. Wow.
Like this.
That's why. That's another problem right there.
On my side,
I go play now.
Don't fuck with yourself. Yeah? I remember being talk straight. We don't go around car and I was thinking, I'm not dirty thinking. But don't see me right, but don't look at research for phone comment and chat fuck. Stop embarrassing yourself. Zero tolerance, I want to make them know. Zero tolerance to rape. Right across the fucking famine people. Look, this around I be a confusion chaos, you know. This around I send you this man, and then people have them appointment, them don't know nothing now. Can't me say, una go suffer. Una go suffer. No, but some people where it could have prevented them from blind. More people are dead. It's hard for you to train doctors to go fully get because we have thousands and thousands of nurses and doctors. So when you send home them when you know at Skeleton, we don't have nothing left. We don't have nothing to say. You can't run like this. Watch this.
Before we go to Mr. Lonesome, it coming at the Gleaner, you know, 10 minutes ago the article I dropped. Hold on there. Rush at eye clinic amid impending departure of Cuban medical workers. Let's read. Let's read, ladies and gentlemen. This just dropped, the article I just dropped a while ago. on the greener. Let me see if it read aloud that work. You know how it work? Alright, let me read it. It says here that a crowd turned up at the eye clinic at St. Joseph Hospital in St. Andrew on Monday morning as patients rushed to seek treatment from Cuban health professionals ahead of their departure from Jamaica. Everybody had tried to get help before them leave. Marva Abrahams, who traveled from her home in Portmore to St. Catherine, told the Gleaner. You hear that? The people understand the value of the Cuban doctors. The people are rush to go get the help from the Cuban doctor them before they leave. Remember, set up time so they left it. Hold on. Everybody had tried to get help before they leave. Marva Abrams, who traveled from her home in Portmore, St. Catherine, told the Gleaner. The Jamaica government last week ended a 50-year medical cooperation mission with the Spanish-speaking island, under which Cuba doctors work in Jamaica to fill gaps in the healthcare system. The Jamaica-Cuba Eye Care Program was launched in January 2010. It offers surgical treatment for persons suffering from cataracts, diabetes, which is what? Something where a plague Jamaica like how big up yourself, Chantel, right? It offers surgical treatments for persons suffering from cataracts, diabetic retinopathy damage, I first made that word there, to the retina caused by complication of diabetes mellitus and pterygium and non-cancerous fleshy growth, usually on the surface of the eye. Free of cost, ladies and gentlemen. Free of cost. Mighty God. How much for them surgery there? What do I talk about? In the private field. You know what I think this is, ladies and gentlemen? I believe they are pushing out the Cubans to build up them private entity, private healthcare entities. That's what I believe. Yeah, I believe that's what they're doing. I believe that some people are friends. I believe that some people invest in those private medical areas. And the Cuban them are black them money. I think that's a part of it. Because you have to look at all angles, you know. Yeah, man. You have to look at all angles. Anyway, free of cost, ladies and gentlemen, you hear that? Up to September 2023, a total of 3,476 sight-saving procedures were performed under the initiative. Let me say that again, from 2020 now, up to 2023, from 2010. A total of 3,476 sight-saving procedures were performed under the initiative. Free of cost. Jamaica, those 3,476 persons, imagine if they were blind and could not afford this procedure. How different their lives would be. How much less productive their lives would be. How much more strain they would put on their family members. Some of them might even have family that they have to take care of, like them son and daughter and them niece and nephew. In Dana, what a wicked, hey, me tell you, when you have a compromised government, you know, when you have a government that is corrupt, you know, this is what happens. Right? You can't stand up to the United States and say, listen, we do understand that you have an issue with Cuba, but we don't have an issue with you. And this is not no human trafficking. This is a humanitarian initiative. Period. Period. Them can't say that because them compromise. When the man them pull their file and they go to them private meeting, and such man pull their file and say, bad man, we have this fire, we have the dirt fire, you know. So you have to do what we say. You understand? I saw them thing they go. Zine, It says here that Abrams, who has cataracts in both eyes, said she has begun going back and forth between private and public health facilities for years. It was only when she was referred to the eye care program at St. Joseph's that she felt hopeful. Up to 11 a.m., she was waiting in line to consult with a Cuban ophthalmologist on additional surgery. She expressed frustration at the prospect of the Cuban doctors leaving Jamaica before she received surgery, and said Jamaica healthcare system will suffer as a result. What do you mean? More than rather them stay here, whatever it takes for the government to do, because them not have the capacity to deal with everybody else. We would have them in the we wouldn't have them in the first place. Them take a whole heap of weight off of the other hospital them, and them work fast, and what them a do, them work fast and know what them a do. Well, the last part they kind of confused. But anyway, she basically I said them efficient, and them take a lot of weight off of the healthcare system. A health worker who requested anonymity labeled the government decision to terminate the arrangement with the Cubans as a big blow to the eye care system. You hear that? Elga, how you doing? One of the healthcare, Egla, how you doing? I always say Elga. Egla, Fletcher, big up yourself. Egla said, I benefit from the service of which I am grateful. See? People, if you guys have benefited from the health care of the Cuban doctors, I want you guys to call me right now and tell me your experience. 876-451-6535. That's 876-451-6535. That is the calling number. See? Now, so a healthcare professional that requested anonymity, that means the person who the government knows that them say. Because you know so then we ostracize them and then fire them. You know the corruption state in Jamaica. Oh, you said that about the government? Make we fire you and get you out of the system. Yeah man. So them don't want them name put out there, but them say it is a big blow to the eye care program. Currently there are 18 Cuban medical personnel at the facility, which includes 6 ophthalmologists and 6 specialist nurses. On average, 22 surgeries are 22 surgeries are performed daily, which a number of other patients visit for pre and post surgery treatment. Wow, so some surgery them do a day? That's crazy. And plus them have other people them have to deal with post surgery treatment. Right? And Horton Scott accompanied her 87-year-old mother. Jeez and peace. 87-year-old. Can you imagine Jamaica? TikTok, I got end my life, you know, because them people are send blows after me thing. I end my life and come back here, TikTok. I'm coming back. You know, mother with them people are restrict my life. I don't know nothing for them restrict my life. They're just too bagger. They're too much, man. Start back my life. You know what? That's something I like up on TikTok. Every minute they must send them something. Anyway, it says here that Horton Scott accompanied her 87-year-old mother, Etlin Simpson, for pre-surgery consultation. Simpson had surgery to remove the cataract from her left eye last year and came for her appointment for possible surgery in her other eye. Scott said they took the bus from their home in Old Harbor, St. Catherine, and arrived on the property 8 a.m. for their appointment. Up to 11 o'clock, they were still waiting to be called. Scott lamented that this inefficiency of service she is now receiving will only get worse once the Cubans leave. Me feel bad, the 67-year-old said. A similar sentiment shared by the 85-year-old Alvin Gooden, who left his home in St. Mary. St. Mary, Jesus, 5 a.m. to get to the eye clinic for the cataract, Jamaica. Hey, let me tell you something. When you take this and don't let it go, when you hold on for this, when you cannot forgive the Jamaica Labour Party for removing the Cuban doctors there. When you hear me say, this service is given free. And then now give up nobody nothing free. We can't tell them that. It will not happen. Mark my words. This government, they are not going to make any arrangements with nobody else and no other doctor and no other specialist anywhere else to give you, the poor people, them, this eye surgery and treatment for free. I mean, no say I'm a PMP alone that they are looking for eye. It has nothing to do with politics. It's the people of Jamaica going to suffer. All of us. You don't know what the future holds. Right? Diabetes is something rampant in Jamaica. Winifred said they are good at what they do. Their eye care is the best. I am waiting. I am on the waiting list for some time. And look what's going on now. Mighty God. Mighty God. In a real time. Winifred said she dey on the list of wait because it's so much in demand. People don't have the money. The people don't have the money to even pay a taxi fare. You're right, Donna. And because the service is free, look how far people are come from St. Mary to St. Joseph's Hospital. To show you how the thing critical. Mighty God. I want you when people get old, but for them lose them eyesight, it is 100 times more difficult to maneuver. And just to move around and everything. And it leaves them vulnerable when their eyesight is not there. It leaves them vulnerable. What a wicked government. Eh? This is what happens when you vote in a corrupt government. People talking about if it was the PMP, it would be the same. And that is a damn lie. From the pits of hell. We can guarantee you that PMP will walk on their foot, they not crap on them belly. What they talking about? Big up Michael Manley. It goes on to say that sitting on the wall outside the clinic, as he sought shade from the rising morning sun, he told the cleaner that he has been trying to get surgery for his left eye for about 3 years and was very hopeful that the Cuban doctors would be able to provide the service. Right around the island, before my eye damage, I hear they talk much about the Cubans. And a lot of people give report that they do a good job. He said, I solemn Hepburn Gentles, who had just gotten surgery to remove cataract from his eyes a year ago and visited the clinic for a checkup, said he was very grateful for the service of the Cuban doctors. Give thanks for the Cuban them, he told the gleaner. He added, me no watch whether them are communists or whether them talk or whether them are talk or whatever them are talk about. A people me deal with. People to people. Me no business where them is what. Me no come here to find out them is what. Me come here to deal with me eye. Talk up head. That is a true Jamaican statement. Empress Norma, how you doing? One love. That is a true Jamaican statement. The man said, me no watch whether them are communists or what them are talk about. People to people, me deal with. People to people. Me no business them our. Me no come here to find out them is what. Me come here to deal with me I. Come on, man. That is the bottom line of the situation, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom line, top, cross, way, over the board, everything. That are the bottom line. A man come here, the people them come there to deal with them. The Cuban them do a good job, them do the best job, and them we are work with. That is the attitude that the government have. That is the attitude. Well, them have to say it in a more diplomatic way. Very low. Right? But that should be the foundation of them argument towards the United States in regards to the Cubans. Listen, we will go to court about this, about the human trafficking thing, because that we don't see that. We don't see that. We don't see that. We not see that. Right? The people they signed contract before they left their country. Right? This is a humanitarian effort. They are giving the things for free. These eye treatments for free. And it's badly needed in a country where sugar is something where rampant. So you know, some people have eye problem, especially when they get older. What? You want, so the United States, you want us, this will be me, you want us to have a whole nation of blind people? Where are we going to supplement these doctors from? It's not feasible. We cannot, that's not something that we can afford to do. I'm sorry. With respect. That's our position. I will move on. But because them afraid, so them are going to lose them visa, and because them afraid, so them are going to get locked up, which them still are going to get locked up. Mark my words, the prophetic word is there already, them still are going to get locked up, Jamaica. America feel lock up a real human trafficker them when they are Jamaica. Talking about Cuba and human trafficking and one bag of something. Good evening, Marlene, how are you doing? Zane? So that was from the Gleaner there. Let me see anything else. Bridging the gap, one side of time. What is this? Jamaican Library or something. You don't know that, that's entertainment. Okay, JTA presidency, okay. Mighty God, what is the accident there? Car turnover along St. Andrew on Monday morning, but no serious injuries were reported. Thank God. The accident them enough. Accident them too much as a matter of fact. 2 motorists unalive in a separate weekend crash. Separate weekend crashes. Energy prices soar to levels not seen in years as Iran names new supreme leader. Earthquake felt in Kingston. What? How many hear about this? So much the aim to Jamaica in trouble. So much things are upside simultaneously. No man. No man. One more earthquake again. An earthquake with magnitude 3.9 was felt in section of Kingston and St. Andrew early Monday morning, according to the earthquake unit at the University of the West Indies. There is no reports of injuries or damage. The unit said the tremor occurred at 6:50 a.m. Preliminary data indicate the epicenter was located approximately 7 kilometers north of Bull Bay. St. Andrew with a depth of 20 kilometers. The quake was reportedly felt in Kingston and St. Andrew, St. Catherine, St. Thomas. The earthquake unit has urged members of the public who experienced the tremor to submit reports through its online portal. The latest events follows another earthquake with magnitude 4.6 was felt in sections of Jamaica on March 1st. Every month, Jamaica, Almost it look like we get an earthquake. Hey, yeah, mama. My goodness. Wow. The tremor was located approximately 10 kilometers northeast of Stony Hill, St. Andrew, and was felt in Kingston and St. Andrew and St. Catherine and other areas. Stony Hill. So you have Stony Hill, you have Portland right there, so, and the whole of Kingston and St. Andrew in that area there. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we know I get marked in that area there, you know, according to the prophetic word. The east side of the land, I will get the majority. All our places that will never get hit by Hurricane Melissa. Right? It appears as if the big earthquake will come to Jamaica prophetically. And them area they are going to get hit. That's what it appears. That's what it appears. I want we to prepare for this. You know? Don't think you can prevent. You know, Jamaica have to repent. Totally. I personally don't see that happening. The way the people are going to move right now. Too much people in a witchcraft and all different type of stuff. But who am I? That's just me. I am skeptical. Hopefully the government, time let's speak of myself, hopefully the government, you know, do what is required. Lock down the island 3-day fasting, prayer and repentance. That is what is required. It goes on to say here that there were also no immediate reports of damage or injuries from the quake. Jamaica experienced frequent seismic activity due to its location near the boundary of the Caribbean and North American tectonic plates. According to the Office of Disaster and Preparedness Management, ODPEM, the island may record up to 200 felt earthquakes in a single year, though most are minor. In January, the earthquake unit reported more than 400 quakes in and around Jamaica during 2025. Wait, what? What? 400? But that's double the amount that them say they usually would get, including several that were felt across multiple parishes. Hey. Alright. So what else is going on here? What is this? Months after Melissa toured Western America, administrators and students at several special needs institutions remain in desperate battle for survival, grappling with a sluggish recovery that threatens to derail the education of the nation's most vulnerable learners. Let me tell you something. You see? These are the things, you know. These are the things. And when people talk, people say politics people are play. You see, leadership matters. The right leadership matters. And I am telling you, I am guaranteeing you that if Mark Jefferson Golding was the leader of the country, after 5 months going into 6 months, Donna Bennett, big up yourself, what should I? Donna Bennett said, I am a new subscriber, but I watch you most times. Keep upbeat and teach. Really love your fairness. One love, Sir Bolo. Thank you, Donna. Bless up. If you're in the States, I don't know if you've seen a dollar sign down here. Consider becoming a member of the platform, alright? Bless you. Yeah, man. And like and share the video for me so we can expand our territory. Share it with new people outside you know, and just everybody that share it with people that they haven't shared it with, so we can expand the platform's reach. All right, other people can join the conversation. Thanks in advance, and that goes for everybody. And you know, thank you for subscribing. It says here that months after Hurricane Melissa tour through Western Jamaica, administrators and students at several special needs institutions remain in a desperate battle for survival, grappling with sluggish recovery that threatens to derail the education of the nation's most vulnerable learners. One St. Elizabeth-based early childhood institution has remained shuttered since the passing of the devastating storm, whose name the world meteorologist last week struck from the list, while another institution in St. Ann has faced this opening. Administrators told the Gleaner that once vibrant classrooms were reduced to shells, leaving specialized sensor tools and expensive grade equipment buried under a mass of debris and twisted zinc. Oh my God. So these are special needs people, you know. And this is why I tell you, I know for a fact that Mark Golden having our resources, this would have been dealt with. As a leader, if he had the resources, special needs children would have been dealt with. And nobody can contest about that. Me not ask Christ, it would have been a priority. And this is what I'm saying, I've been saying on the platform. From the inception of the situation with Hurricane Melissa, ladies and gentlemen, afterwards, I have been saying, why haven't these people targeted the most vulnerable in helping them first? Just like how, you know, Daryl Vaz can give away $150 million to something there. Oh, it's important, $150 million US. That is the same energy that would be needed for the less fortunate women, men, older women, men, special needs children, special needs people, period. Single mothers, all the children them that's outside, like, and they don't have a roof over their head, and the etiquette, like, those things should have been dealt with from early. And you know what they're going to say? When you look at the other countries, you know, compared to other countries, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. I don't want to hear that. And let me tell you why. When you say, what go on, you're late. What heap of things go on. Dr. Alfred Dawes was right. The healthcare system, people are ball out already for the Cuban doctors for the free eye surgery. But I went over that already. I go up on YouTube. That's how they need to. Everybody on TikTok, they need to go up on my YouTube and subscribe. So when you come on late, you can just scroll back, listen from behind, and find out everything what's going on. Zine? Like when you come to class late, as them say, it's not fair to the people that are here already in class early and paying attention for me to just go back. Unless a whole heap of running that class and a brand new 100 on running that class and the fresh out the one you walk on. You understand? Unless of that, forever you want so. But what I was saying about the students them now that need the help, the special needs students. These people have gotten a lot of money. A lot of money, a lot of donations. You understand? And they have been sitting on it. They have been sitting on it telling us how they are being strategic and one bag of something. Yeah man, give thanks man, me good man. Respect man, I hope you are good as well. See? And this is not about politics, it's about good governance, it's about helping the least fortunate and the most vulnerable first with speed and alacrity and effectiveness. That's what this is about. This is about good governance, them just not doing the right things them. Ladies and gentlemen, right? Because first you would have to do a speedy assessment. After a speedy assessment, right, you would target the most vulnerable to get assessed first. That's what you would do. That's what I would do. And I'm not a politician, but to me it's just common sense. If you really care about the people, it's just common sense for me. Let me show you the classroom. Look at this. Look at the roof. Look at the roof, Jamaica. Look at this. This is one of the schools then. Special needs schools. Look at that. That's terrible. After 5 months. Going into 6 months, that's terrible. This should not happen. This should not occur. Right? This should not occur. Emergency funds should be allocated to deal with these things with speed. Tell you boy. It goes on to say that the hurricane was terrible for us because the space is rented. We have to wait on the landlord, so we have not yet resumed operations, said Marge Sanderson, head of St. Elizabeth Education and Therapeutic Center, which falls under community-based rehabilitation Jamaica. Early intervention. The school, with a staff complement of 6, caters to 36 children with special needs, including those diagnosed with autism, attention deficiency, and hyperactive disorder, ADHD, and cerebral palsy. Right? It focuses on early intervention, early stimulation, basic education, and self-help activities. As a result, Sanderson said the institution was opened in 2005, has a long wait list of up to 2 years. We've lost a whole lot of things. All of our fine motor activity equipment, all of our teaching and learning material, we've lost a lot of our files. A whole lot of stuff. We lost almost everything. We are trying to put back the pieces together, but it's taking a whole lot. And listen, somebody tag Mark Golden. Marky G, we know say it up on the ground and you do your thing, but we know say this is one that close to your heart. And we know say if you know about this, you have to activate and get help for this area, I guess. Somebody easy fix what I go on. The topic is Dr. Daz was right, but I have gone through most of that already, so I'm now going through the news. This school is a special needs school that has lost everything, and they are saying pretty much they haven't seen, you know, from the government the help that they would have wanted to get back on track to help these special needs children. And so I am saying, I know that the government is the government, but may I call upon Mark Golden, if there's any representatives listening of Mark Golden. You never know who is listening. Please, these people, this school, with these special needs, I know some have to ask too hard, because Marky G heart is for those people. You understand, the most vulnerable. So we need Marky G to do what Marky G does. Them people that need some assistance to get this thing back on track for these special needs kids. You understand? You have to send me that. You have to send me that. The lady whose son's dad was in the hospital waiting for CT that was paid for. What do you mean? A CAT scan? No man, you have a number freedom. You have to send me that. I now pick up with story I talk about. She left a voice note. Oh, the 8-minute voice note on me play. Oh yeah. Yeah man, I have it man. You know, so I need to put it out. I need to put it out by itself for people hear what's going on. I need to put it out by itself. I have to put out that video. And I was supposed to, thanks for reminding me, but so much things happening. It says here that she said the heart of the Santa Cruz based facility rehabilitative mission was gutted as the Category 5 hurricane shredded its therapy room and sick bay, leaving both areas in mud, cake, ruin. Wow. The water came in heavily. The place was flooded. You probably have to move. Yeah, you probably have to move. You can't stay there, sir. The place was flooded and the water was about 4 feet tall. Hear there? So we've lost everything. We thought that we had prepared and covered the filing cabinets with plastic, thinking that would help. The water came in and messed up everything. We've lost the roof, we've lost everything. She said the school management activity sought to relocate before the hurricane, but was not able to do so. The effort has been further flattened, she admitted. The parents are calling, they're calling. Every day they want to find out what's going on, to know when we will reopen, she said. Sanders said the school's management will resort to using tarpaulins on the structure in any attempt to reassess. Mighty God. Mighty God. One parental grandmother who resumed responsibility for her autistic grandson after his mother died suddenly a year ago said the school has been her source of strength in caring for the 5-year-old boy. She told the Gleaner she is still learning how to care for the boy who was alone with his mother at home when she died. My goodness. Her son lives overseas. I was at work one day and I got a call to go and pick him up because his mother had passed. From that day in November 2024, I have been taking care of him. His mother's mother passed away when she was 4. She and his mother, his mother's mother passed away when she was 4. Okay. And his mother passed away when he was 4. No, man. I don't know the MP, you know. I think they call the MP name in the audio. I can play it after this. Wow, this is really bad. The article is long still. The people need help, Marky G. We need a volume to relocate them. Forgotten learners. Wow. Wow. I'm going to play the audio one at that one. I have some other things to share now. My goodness. What a thing.
Good afternoon, warriors. Or is it morning? It's still morning.
I've been on live.
Just putting.
I've been on live for 1 hour and 28 minutes. And I sent you a WhatsApp message. Sassy81, how are you, darling? Big up yourself. So Sassy81, oh, I don't see your. Oh, I don't see your Oh, I don't see your badge. Your membership badge. I only see your unless you're using another profile. You must be using another profile. But let me play this back.
Afternoon,
oh, you're back up
warriors.
phone. Okay.
Or is it morning? It's still morning. Just putting this out there, and I would like for Mr. Witter and Mr. Brown to address this situation.
Mr. Witter and Mr. Brown. Mr. Witter or who is Mr. Witter? or Mr. Brown?
I got a call yesterday from my son teacher stating that my son said his father was supposed to pick him up 2:30 and I did not and she did not see him coming, which is unlike him. So the teacher called me letting me know, and it was 5 minutes to 4 in the evening. So I tell her, all right, I'm gonna call him and call her back. I called him 3 times without any success.
Extreme.
So I called back the teacher and said to her that I'm asking her to give my son a ride to Gazeland because I'm calling him and I'm not getting through to him. So my son going out there now, I would know whether or not something has gone wrong. My son and the teacher went out there, and the teacher said, and I said to the teacher, if on your way going out he's coming, then my son would know his car. So he would have stopped her and then do the migrate from her car to his. All right. The teacher normally would just leave him up by gates and top there and he go down. But because I told her something could have wrong and my son even was saying to her that him one live, so something can wrong with him. And it's unlike him to do that. Anyway, the teacher said because of that she bring him right down to the house and said to him, go and see if you see him. And if, as I was saying, the teacher asked him to go inside the house and see if he's seeing father. She will be waiting outside to know if everything is okay. She said Jardine run inside, calling dad, dad. And when they reached the house, arrival to the house, the car was parking right at the front as usual. But Jardine did not check the car. He ran inside the house, calling dad, dad. So when he went inside, he come out shortly after letting the teacher know that he did not see nor hear him. So the teacher said she get out her car, and while coming out of her car, she realized that he was in his car. So she said when she saw him not responding, Jardine started crying. So Jardine said to him same time, say, teacher, Uncle Hicks live just bottom side there. So the teacher said she take Jardine and rush down there. And Hicks responds so quickly and take him to the hospital in Mandeville, a public hospital in Mandeville. From 6 o'clock, minutes to 6. And he was there from 2:30 because he was supposed to pick up my son 2:30. So let's say, even if he were gonna run at 5 minutes or so late, which he always went up, he would always be up at the school on time or before time. And from 2:30 until he reached up here, minutes to 6. While they admit him, they said to him, Hicks, that he needs to pay for a CT scan over by Hargrave. He came to Hargrave, paid the CT scan money, took back the receipt to the doctor. The doctor told him, all right, they're gonna take him now to Hargrave in the ambulance, and he's will get the report, the result in 3 hours time. My warrior's friend, up until this moment, he has not done the CT scan as yet. And I spent the whole night up here with him. You understand? And because I get so upset this morning now, because 8:30 I went to the nurse on duty, and she was saying to me, well, miss, I was not here, so you're telling me something. I'm gonna check out why the ambulance haven't taken him as yet. So she went and she checked out and she come back and said they are leaving with him shortly. So 9:30 I went back to her and said to her, Miss, or until now, Miss, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? And I went and I asked, and that was what they say. So you just have to wait until the ambulance is available. She step away, leave me, and go to the head nurse. And she was telling the nurse, Nurse, you don't hear anything about the ambulance yet because we can't take the botheration. The nurse, she look up and sit and look for me and say, well, she just have to wait. You tell her that all she has to do is wait. So they were after that no, they are saying, Miss, you cannot stay inside here because 12 o'clock is visiting hours. So I went to the security guard asking for the sister's office. But they would not have direct me to the sister's office. That is the Roman Catholic sister's office. They would not. Because the security guard is telling me that he does not know where their office is, which I know it's a lie, but that is how they are. They does not concern about people, and when you are frustrated and stand up for your right, all they do is to treat you with attitude, and when they treat you with attitude, they don't want you to go and report it either. So they try to hide and cover up for their one another. So I'm just putting it out there. Something needs to be done because imagine somebody pay for a CT scan to be done. He cannot eat anything. That is what the nurse told me this morning, 8:30. He cannot eat anything because I was saying from 2:30 until now he must hungry. He's not getting any medication because until he do this CT scan, he cannot get medication. He cannot get anything to eat, not even water to drink. Imagine. And you have the person there lying down just like that, and he's in A&E, accident and emergency. Come on, man. Something needs to be done about this system.
So that's the audio that I got from one of my subscribers telling me about her own challenges with her own family in regards to the healthcare system here in Jamaica. And that's why, I was listening to Ishmael the other day, and he was blaming the government for the young man in Orchards, little boy in Orchards High School, that lost his life. Yes, he got it in the head, but then when you look at the CT scan situation, CAT scan machines availability in the country, if you don't get, if that is not there, the person cannot be adequately helped. Because you first have to do that to figure out what's going on and how to help. Because if you don't do that and you do the wrong thing, you might just be the one to take the person's life, as explained by Dr. Alfred Dawes in a live stream. I think it was on Panaja TV. So, terrible. Why Jamaica, I don't know, but I don't know if you guys see it. I don't like to be the bearer of bad news. I would love to come and tell you that things are great, and it's peaches and cream, and I really wish I could, but I cannot lie to you. How I'm seeing things going and what I see happening in Jamaica, it's scary. It's scary. It's scary to think what persons are going through. To add to the scare that we already have, St. Catherine North Police are seeking a man in his 50s as detectives probe a case of alleged sexual molestation involving a 10-year-old. The matter is being investigated by the Center of Investigation of Sexual Offense and Child Abuse, CISOCA. He is accused of touching the child inappropriately and attempting to sexually assault her. The police report that between November 2025 and March 4th this year, the man entered a dwelling and alleged attempt to sexually assault the minor. The child reportedly related her ordeal to adults who observed physical and other marks on her body. Contact was made with the child guardians and the matter was reported to the police. The man is now being sought as a suspect in the case. I have nothing, Jamaica. I have nothing. I just, it's just too much. It's just too much. It's just too much. It's just too much.
Somebody tell me that I should just take him up to keep. If you're unable to find a home for him, are you planning on keeping him permanently? What is the plan for you? Well, I don't know, because somebody tell me that I should just take him up to Kingston to the police station and ask the police if they could assist me. Then I sent the place in a home since, because that was the final plan to do, because I'm not going to put him on the street. My name is Rosemary Glaze. They call me Nurse Glaze on TikTok, and for YouTube, Glaze the volunteer nurse. My situation is this gentleman here is a mental person that I took off the road Christmas. What I plan to do is take over a mental man off the road for Christmas and to care for him, clean him up, and make him have a good time, and then place him back on the road. But when I took this man home, by caring for him, I realized that this man can put back into society. So my heart cannot give me to take him back to parade, and I've gone all over trying to get him placed into a home, and it's none of avail. Nobody. Everywhere they are full. Parish council, for relief, infirmary, everywhere full. But I don't want to place him back, because if I place him back, this man gonna be full blown mad and start eating the garbage. And this man can be brought back into society with care and empathy. This man is presently now that the saying that I took off the road. He's a different person. Reason is different. I give him my phone and I use game, and I read to him, I sing to him, I eat with him, and all those things. Person may ask why. I said, I'm a nurse. Yes, God created me in this life. Nurse is not a passion, it's a purpose. And what I plan, being a nurse for 3 years now, to give all the love and the care and the empathy and the patience to persons that don't have anyone that love and care for them. So he's the first one that I take home though. What experience do you have working with a mentally ill patient? The experience that I have working in the nursing home with patients with brain issues, like they forget things, they will be, one of that particular was very aggressive, he is not. You understand? But my major role in the nursing home is patient with dementia, Alzheimer, Parkinson's disease, anything with the brain. So I am good at it.
Are you afraid of your security? You said he's not aggressive, but are there times where you probably think that, you have to be careful?
Yeah, I have to be careful, just like when I'm at the home that I usually work. But I normally use the facial expression because I do eye contact. And with one particular one that I have, he was very aggressive, and I care for that one. Then they call me mama nurse or old people tete, because the way that I care. And normally it was 8 patients that I have, and most of the time I'm the only one at the home with all those patients.
How did you first meet this gentleman?
Well, the first time I met this gentleman is when after this storm late down in November, I saw him lying down right at Lawrence Lane, and I look at him, and then I pass and go along, and then I turned back and I gave him $200, and he went to the supermarket and purchased something. From then I always take things to him. Anything that I'm eating, any little thing that I have, I don't have much, but I always share with him. Whenever I'm eating, I always remember him and one next one there. But for him, because he's not stable fully like the other one, he's unable to care for himself.
Rosemary Glaze, this nurse, I want to say big up to you and may God bless you. This lady take up a man off the street, you know. The man is homeless, you know. She take him up off the street. And she's explaining how everything happened. Open and listen, you know. This lady should be saluted big time.
You took him in for Christmas to give him a Christmas experience.
Yes.
But then you said you were supposed to bring him back.
Yeah, my heart cannot bring him back. It was to take him and bring him back, because what happened, he got injured already in November, and I took him to typhoid and typhoid. They know that he's mental. They refer me to Cornwall, and I take him back to Paris. But this time, taking him home, I can't. I don't know. It's like my heart pain me. That's why I'm basically hunting. It's very hard on me to take care of him, because if I'm leaving in the morning, 6 o'clock, I have to make sure I give him breakfast, giving me lunch, and I come home in the evening and cook. Every day. Actually, over 2 months, he's here with me now.
Miss Glaze here took you in during the Christmas holiday. How do you feel about that?
Feel happy about it. Comfortable.
How long were you living on the street?
A good while.
He said he's from Caragani. So what I did, I went to the Caragani, to the police station, and asked the police about him, and they said yes, he's living here. So what I was told that he's not from Caragani, because he took me exactly where he usually stayed. Underneath the hospital. He sleep on the cart road with the dog. That is what he told the guy. That is what he told us. And they said that he got sick during the time when he was going over premise at that particular time. So actually when I checked it over 10 years, that was the time the gentleman told that he got sick. So he came from Kingston, I was told, to work, and this, I think the man, I don't remember exactly the name of the man, but he died, and he never gone back up there. But the gentleman's son told me that since he's sick, he normally go Kingston, Papi, but he haven't been up there from then.
Hey, I have a whole heap of love and respect for that lady. Let me tell you why. I was talking about this yesterday. People who have a lot of sympathy and empathy on men. The world does not have a lot of sympathy and empathy on men. If it's a woman or a child, but men, not so much. And that is just the truth. The world expects men to always take care of themselves, regardless of what position or in their life they're in. What stage in life they are. Men are seen as we're supposed to just strong all the while and just have every answer and just do and just stand up. If a man is vulnerable, he is seen as weak. He's not a human being. He's supposed to be Superman. I saw the world look for a man. The majority, I'm not calling everybody, you know. The majority of the world look at men like that. So for this woman to take up this man here that is homeless, initially it was supposed to be for the Christmas, but as a nurse, her heart could not lead her to put him on back on the street. Now she need help. Now she need help. Obviously because she work. You understand? And she has to work. She's very special. She's very special. These are the type of people that I like to meet in a real life. And just like, you know, I wish I was in a position like, you know, because I don't even need, I would be a mortgagee. I don't even need the bag of noise or the press. Just quietly just help people. Just, yeah. This is one lady who would have helped. As a matter of fact, if I was a say a Bill Gates, not a Bill Gates, that's a bad example. If I was Elon Musk rich, this are the type of stuff where my money would have going on. Yeah. A lot of the things there. When I think about it, I would give her, I would partner with her if I had the money for her to run a facility that takes care of these types of people in Jamaica. Yeah, man. Would I use my power, influence, and advocacy to go around the world? Forget. You know, there's non-profit organization here. Structure it in our way where people can contribute. You understand what I say? Because a whole lot of people is in this position. A whole lot of people is in this position that need help. A lot of people. Some of them are a danger to themselves and a danger to people. So you have to have a specialized facility for them, to help them. You understand? But I hope that God blesses this lady and protect her and increase our food basket, and also, you know, get her the help in abundance that she would need in this situation. That is true.
But you don't have no clue that he's from Papi. They keep on saying that he's from Cargarden, Lincoln Avenue, but they said that he's not from there. I am the one that took him to A&E, and the doctor gave me a letter to refer him to the psychiatrist clinic because what he had to assess him first, and to, you know, in order to give him medication, because what the doctor said to me and a psychiatrist nurse that you don't want to give him any medication because the first time I took him here, they would basically say he's out. But now I take him back and realize that you see like he has some memory loss. So the psychiatrist doctor gave me the 24th of March, but I have some DPH medication that they gave me for him to sleep.
Members of your community, are they aware? What is the feedback?
I haven't got any feedback about it, but persons that pass say that I'm doing something good, they know him and so forth. All of that, and he's looking good, and all those things I get from persons that pass by here.
Mr. Campbell, you're staying here right now with Miss Glaze. You have any plans on wanting to go back to where you originally came from? If you are able to do so?
Plan me to get to work back here.
Before you got ill, what type of work you used to do? Do you remember doing? Site. Oh.
The infirmary continues to provide essential care for homelessness and mentally ill persons, but demand is currently exceeding available resources. While there are still limited spaces, the waiting list has grown to over 80 individuals with new requests coming in daily. This reflects the significant need in our community and the strain on existing facilities. The infirmary has a total capacity of 70 persons. We have 16 spaces for females and 54 for males. At present, 42 spaces are occupied, 31 males and 11 females. Once operations stabilized, they were disrupted by Melissa a little bit. There will be 28 spaces available, 23 for males and 5 for females. However, this is far below the number of people seeking admission, and we acknowledge the demand significantly outweighs supply. For those who wish to help, we encourage community members to support outreach initiatives, partner with NGOs, churches, and shelters, and continue through volunteering or donations. These efforts provide food, clothing, counseling, and safe spaces for individuals who cannot be accommodated at the infirmary. Advocacy for expanded resources and facilities is also critical to meeting the growing need. The St. James Municipal Corporation remains committed to working with partners and the wider community to ensure that vulnerable persons receive care and support, even when institutional capacity is limited.
What are some of the struggles you're facing having him live with you? Do you live alone or live with family members, or what is it?
I live with my 21-year-old son, and he's presently working now. But when he was working, he was the one that basically oversee. That he, you know, he don't go out and so forth. But no, he's not. The struggle is that I have to financially prepare food for him, you know, and I'm at home without any help. To bathe, he can't take care of himself in the bathroom. I have to be in the bathroom to tell him what to do. Basically, that I have to shave him. But the overall care, just like a baby.
If you're unable to find a home for him, are you planning on keeping him permanently? What is the plan for you?
Well, you know, I don't know, because somebody told me that I should just take him up to Kingston to the police station and ask the police if they could assist me in the place in the home since, because that was the plan I planned to do, because I'm not going to put him on the street. I have, no matter how long it takes, I want to place in a home where I can even go and look for him.
Wow. 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 Started with healthcare, I will end with healthcare, I will end with human care. That is my time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for being here. There's a lot to pray about where our country is concerned here in Jamaica. And you know, of course, there's a lot of things going on in the world as well. I want to big up Dr. Dawes. I think he's live right now and Beyond the Headlines. I don't know how to access that, but you know, later on I'll be back live again tonight at around 11 or 11:30. So see you guys then, okay? God bless you. Have yourselves a wonderful evening. See you later. TikTok, YouTube. Thank you for the likes, thank you for the shares, thank you for the support. Big up all of my members. Alright, Jain, Sassy81, and Athew. Big up on yourself. And I welcome everybody else to become a member of the platform. See y'all later, alright? Peace.